Now, on the left, you have the squad, and on the right, you have someone like Marjorie Troller Greene. I love to say troller because that's what she does. She trolls people. And the press is acting like she is shaitan, like she is the coming of the Antichrist or something. Like they're absolutely terrified of her. And everyone is talking about it. It's just one woman. Weren't you guys in favor of giving women voices and seeing more women in positions of power and leadership? Right? Apparently not like this, right? We can't have diversity of thought amongst the demographic. No, everyone needs to be like the squad. You can't have anyone that thinks differently. So every single time you get like, oh, Marjorie Troller Greene said this or she said that, and I'm like, and is she going to pass legislation? Is she no? But it's the circus, right? Like it's the circus. By the way, I know that Quartering is like idol. I like her. I love her. I absolutely adore her. Like without her, my day wouldn't have been this entertaining. And there's a lot of things to learn from her. Like for instance, how to treat journalists. Let's see how she has a conversation with the journalist.
Trump is closer to picking his VP, and should you be on that list?
Oh, you know.
I mean, it's a really annoying question, right? Because obviously Trump isn't going to pick her. They wanted to see like, oh, look how arrogant she is. She's going to think that she's going to be on the list for VP. Not going to happen. Usually, the president wants a VP that would appeal to the type of voting demographic that wouldn't vote for them, if that makes any sense, right? So, like, if you're Trump, you don't want a VP that is like Trump. You want a VP that's different. So, for instance, when he picked Mike Pence, well, Trump is bombastic, he's outlandish, he says all these things, right? And Mike Pence, well, he's more, I guess, like a politician. He is more calm, more collected, isn't as bombastic, right? So you appeal now to the normies. You appeal to the voting base that normally wouldn't have voted for Trump, but they would vote for Mike Pence. So yeah, like Trump would never pick her as VP.
You know, that's the question everyone asks. And no, I don't think Nikki Haley should be on the list. But of course, President Trump will choose who he wants for VP.
Would you like to be on that list?
He's got a long list. I support President Trump in any way he'd ask me. But I can assure you it won't be Nikki Haley.
And can you tell me why so many people that support Donald Trump love conspiracy theories, including yourself? He seems to attract lots of conspiracy theorists.
You know, again, coming from the left that believes in the patriarchy, the magical cock and balls in the sky that looms over everyone, or they believe in systemic racism. Have you read the bullshit that Robin DiAngelo puts out where it's literally like, if you're white, you're racist, even if you don't know it? No, seriously, like read the book White Fragility. Like this is what the author writes. And it used to be, and I think it still is, mainstream left-leaning thought. Like they legitimately believe that white people are conspiring with each other in order to keep non-whites down. And they're doing this at a subconscientious level. And if you think you're not a racist, that proves that you are. Like this is a conspiracy that is more ridiculous than absolutely anything that I have ever heard right-wingers come up with. Like the fact that we have this ability to subconscientiously act in our own interest is just like bizarre. It's like having ultra instinct of racismus, right? Like your body moves in way without your mind even processing it.
Well, let me tell you, you're a conspiracy theorist, and the left and the media spreads more conspiracy theories. We like the truth. We like supporting our Constitution, our freedoms, and America first. So
what about Jewish space lasers? Tell us about Jewish space lasers.
No, why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers? And really, why don't you fuck off? How about that?
Thanks. Thank you very much.
That is the perfect way of handling it. Like if they're going to be this condescending, and they're going to drag the conversation to a level that's inappropriate, and they're going to treat a politician with this level of disrespect, I think this is the perfect response. I don't think that there is anything in the English language that she could have chosen which would have been better than what she just did. And this is why I like her. No other politician does this. Like any other politician would think that, oh my God, how could you say this? And you can see that the reporter is also laughing. It's like, oh, I caught her saying bad words on camera. I guarantee to you, her voting base now is more energized because of this. Like the people that are supporting her are like, yeah, you know what? I wish I was there to do the same. I wish I would have the same opportunity. I mean, seriously, like, isn't it disgusting? Like when you lower the conversation to that level, when you're trying to ask, it's like, oh, like why are so many people that are following you conspiracy theorists? It's like, let's look at the people that follow AOC. You know, like some of them even commit crimes. Imagine going to AOC and be like, why are so many criminals following you? Why do they never ask that though? Isn't it interesting? I mean, there have been like people who committed a crime, and when you go onto their social media account, because it's open to the public, you can see that they're supporting the Democrats, that they're fans of AOC, they have like her quotes and speeches and all that. Why is it that the press never goes and asks her that? Or, you know, like when the squad is in favor of open borders, and you have an undocumented migrant, I've been told by Nancy Pelosi, committing a crime, right? Why doesn't the press go and it's like, well, how do you feel about your policies? Like, look, your policies led to real world harm. Why do they never ask those questions? It's only one way, you know, like if you had an incident, and this actually did happen in Europe, you have an incident where a border patrol agent hurts a migrant. Like there's an altercation and the migrant gets hurt. Immediately the press goes right to the right-wing politicians and see, because of your stance of closed borders and inhumane Nazism, blah, 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 blah. I mean, there was, I remember when Texas moved the state troopers to defend the border, there was immediately a report in the press saying that 3 people drowned, and it's because of the governor Abbott that this happened. It's as if the governor was there himself drowning those people. It turns out that they weren't even on the American side. They were on the other side, and the Americans even tried to help them. But again, like they rushed to report the story. So this is why people don't like the media, because we can see what's happening, right? Like if the media was fair and was asking the same questions on the left and the right, and they were impartial, this is like a private company doing their job, and it's like, okay, well, these are the tough questions that we ask and we don't discriminate. You wouldn't have had people being so antagonistic to the point where you see a politician insulting a member of the press, people are clapping rather than booing. And I see on Twitter even people on the left that are laughing, and they're like, yeah, I don't like the Troller Green. I don't like her at all, don't agree with her policies. But you know what? In this particular situation, yeah, no, like it was hilarious. Why is that though? Anyway, I was supposed to do some... e-begging is important for my channel. And for you, if you want buyer's remorse, there's a link. You scroll down into the pinned comment. It's with blue. Takes you to my Subscribe Star or my Patreon. And in return, you get buyer's remorse. And you also support the channel. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the comment section. Take care.